it was humbling for me because I'm a cocky guy, you know, humbling. You know, I need that. I gotta work on that, and it made me it made me realize how much I need around me in my circle to help me get through things. So I felt that I had got closer to the people, you know, my YEA companions, and that, you know, we're unstoppable together. And I felt like when we would speak, or just, you know, not speak, just, you know, be in an environment where we're just, you know, there, making our presence known. I felt powerful, you know, I felt that power, knowing that, you know, this is who I am, this is who I represent. And that's a good aspect, you know, to feel like you're part of a family, to feel like you're part of a movement that's active, that's doing things. So that was a relationship that I made, you know, as a side effect to PowerShift. Another relationship, I made a lot of relationships, you know, like King said, regarding hip hop, and mine necessarily was, you know, repping the gallery or whatever. People were, you know, really interested in that, but it was also a sense of like, oh, you know, one time only event, black people are doing something. I made relationships with people that had, the people I was talking about earlier, that had biased ideas towards, you know, hip hop, what hip hop is, you know, mainstream hip hop, so to speak. And I think at the end of the day, I got my opinion across to them. You know, I felt empowered knowing that these people now know what real hip hop is, what how it's a powerful tool, and that it's a way of life, it's a state of mind, and it's a culture. And we got into a lot of heated arguments about that, but I also felt connected to these people because, you know, it was various artists, you know, various MCs from all around the country and I realized that we all had the same struggle, you know, trying to be, you know, musicians, which is something that's not an easy thing to be. And so I made a lot of relationships with those people. We made, like Will said, with the Dream Defenders in Florida. It was eerie because it was like, I follow you guys, like, wow, it's really the Dream Defenders, and they was like, yeah, it's the Dream Defenders. Like, it was all cool, you know. And it was like, oh, y'all in Detroit, bro. I heard y'all went bankrupt and stuff. So,
YEA.
right, y'all. So I was like, oh, you know.
Dang, y'all got a following?
Yeah. And I felt even more empowered with that because we was like everywhere. We was going to workshops together. You know, we was real cool with the Dream Defenders, and I learned a lot of things from them. You know, about what they were doing with the Trayvon Martin thing. It was how much togetherness is. You know, it's so you need that. You know, me coming from well, not necessarily a dictatorship, you know, aspect, but you know, me, I had to, you know, provide for myself. I had to save myself. I realized how much I need other people. And I think that those relationships that I made through PowerShift helped me realize that. So I'm going to move to Sabrina. What relationships did you make?
Relationships, well, I feel like I got much closer with YEA as a group. I feel like just sharing the space with each other for like, 3 days. I feel like that brought us closer. We learned a lot about each other. I feel like that bond is really important for like a group like us, that strength, and that was connecting each other. I felt like that happened a lot. I didn't think we were gonna get that close, like, you know, like how it is, but, you know, I mean, we were already close, but like, not like.
We had our challenging moments too.
Yeah, we did. But, you know, we did.
For sure. I love you.
So I would also like for you and Will as well, you know, to speak on relationships made as well.
Man, yeah. Like y'all said, I think y'all, you know, it was a certain presence that, you know, Detroit brung, and people, you know, they got love for Detroit no matter what city, what state. If they know you're from Detroit, they just want to talk to you, you know, and so.
You live on email?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Eminem, all that stuff. But like, you know, like my, you know, my comrade said, we made a lot of relationships with people in Chicago, from Florida. Dream Defenders was actually my like. my little.
Everybody's crushing on Dream Defenders.
Philosophy was way down than me. Oh man, I heard what she said. He is so fine. I'm like, oh, who?
He is so fine.
I'm like, who's this person? Me? I'm like, oh.
So fine.
We're not supposed to tell my little.
Look. relationships. We gotta get personal. We build relationships. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
No.
It's like a YA secret.
My question, was there was there a discussion that you all had going into it about intentionally creating relationships? That relates to leaving the conference and nurturing relationships, continuing conversations, building solidarity in that way. So was there an intentionality, only because you're asking this question potentially, like what relationship did you grow?
I would like to, I got you on that one. I feel like it was inevitable, like being in that space, like a lot of networking, you know, it has to happen, you know, 10,000, you know, young people together. On the intentionality, I can't say for me that was like one of my main intentions, but it was an expectation, like, you know, I know I'm gonna have to, you know, connect with somebody. So it was intentional you know, because I have to find other people like me, other people that in the same struggle with the same ideas as me, that have the same solutions, and you know, because you have power in numbers, so what you can do together. So it was intentional, because you know, coming in as an activist, coming in as a person who lives in a frontline community, you have to have a movement, you have to have a following. You can't be, you know, alone. So I think for me it was intentional. Like I have to find, you know, some people to help me. I have to find, you know, some soldiers. So I think for me it was intentional on the relationship.
So to that point, has there been any discussion on, or have any of you all followed up with any of these relationships that you've made thus far?
Yeah, I personally I have.
Go.
We got a lot of numbers, a lot of emails, you know, a lot of Gmails and stuff, and we're keeping each other informed, like, because the extent of how similar our struggles were was like amazing to me. It blew my mind. Like it was like people from, you know, West Coast, same exact stuff. So that really, you know, it's like, you know, it's a system in place, so that, you know, this will happen. So it was like, if I can find somebody to, you know, find other people to help me go against the system, you know, break that infrastructure, and it's like, I'm free, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely hit up a lot of different.
Where you find these babies at?
He made
For
them.
real though.
He made them.
He was like, let me take my environment to just power create these perfect soldiers.
But what y'all got a system analysis though, really though? I mean for real. Like grown folk ain't even get that.
Straight up.
Wait a minute, where are y'all come from? What?
Yeah,
I'm confused. Where they come from? How y'all get a system of analysis? Did y'all pick that up from school, or is it just YEA?
No, definitely not school. That's
Definitely not school, right?
That's mama and daddy written all over.
Okay.
Definitely not
That's
school.
mama and pop.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So we gotta shift the power to Bioneers. What relationships?